The honest truth was, because I have low self-esteem, I never dreamt the show would go 5 years. Never in my wildest dreams did I think we would make it to 100 episodes. And now that we have, and so I had a 5-year plan, because I said, all right, we'll get 3 or 4 years out of it, and then I'll do a comic book to wrap it up, and then that was my plan, you know. And so now that we're actually here, and ratings are getting better and better, and we're staring down the barrel of season 6, I'm a little amazed and bewildered. And my feeling is, I have a 5-year plan. I've been on this plan for 5 years. I am going to finish this particular chapter. I'm not going to drag it out. I'm not going to dilute it by trying to stretch it over years. Like, everything's built up to the apocalypse and the devil. We're facing both of them this year, and then this particular chapter is going to end, but there's no reason a new chapter can't begin. And one of the things that I care about most in Supernatural is that we don't drag on endless mysteries. We answer questions and we finish stories, and we're going to finish this story, and then, you know, if we have a season 6, we'll start a new one. I am going to cross that bridge when we get to it. I am breaking. It's certainly possible if some great stories come up, and I'm excited to do it. It's certainly possible, but right now I'm breaking episode 6, and I have 16 more to go, and I'm like at base camp on Everest, and I'm not thinking about anything but getting this season done. Yeah, we are actually. It's sort of funny. We're like, it's funny for a Jewish executive producer to be breaking this almost fundamentalist vision of the end of days, you know. But it's just a good, big, epic, scary story, which is why we're doing it. So yeah, there's horsemen and there's no, they color coordinated muscle cars because it is Supernatural.
Seriously?
Well, yeah. You know, if War rides a red horse, then in our show he drives a red Mustang. I mean, you know, why would he still be clopping around on a horse? I mean, you got something that's got horsepower. But we're also grabbing, as we always do. You know, the universe of Supernatural is, you know, really pan-theology and every religion and every god, and we joke, and I think we haven't broken it yet, but we're talking about it, that we've been joking a lot in the writers' room about how all the other gods from the other religions must be totally pissed that, like, the Christians are bringing the curtain down on this thing, and that they might have a real strong opinion about this. Yeah, right. Who died and made them boss of the god world? And so, you know, we think of it. We might actually explore that. So we would have loved to have brought the same actress back, but we literally just couldn't figure out the creative logic to make that work. But, you know, the actress that we do have, Rachel Miner, is, I've seen the dailies now. She's amazing and makes the part her own, and it gives a lovely, lovely performance. But yeah, it's actually I've always wanted to bring her back. We have the board in the writers' room of all the loose ends that have bothered me. You know, like, we never answered the Croatoan virus, which we're answering this year, by the way. And then I wrote Meg with an exclamation point. I'm like, she's out there, she's free, she hates the guys more than anything. Where the hell is she? What's she doing? And so finally, I just got impatient, and I was writing the season premiere, and I said, all right, I'm writing her in as a character in the season premiere because I need a good demon. And you know, one of the advantages of a show in its 5th season is you have these characters who have history with the guys, and I sort of love that. I love that in shows that I watch. I love that reward careful viewing, and that there's a character who you haven't seen since season 2, and then to bring her back into season 5, and it ties everything together and kind of makes it feel like this coherent story, which is exciting to me. A lot of good ones are coming out of the apocalypse, but so, you know, we're talking obviously the angels, the demons, the horsemen. I'm going through the order in my head, and then we are gonna pay off the Croatoan virus in a really, really cool episode in which last year Dean went back in time. This year Dean's going to go 5 years into the future to see what the apocalypse looks like 5 years from now. And it's really cool. We're actually taking him to like a full-on post-apocalyptic world. And then we're dealing with, which I love, because it's finally like back to an urban legend, celebrity ghosts. Because there's actually a lot of lore about celebrity ghosts, and for us to finally address it, and like Lincoln just ganks the hell out of somebody, which I love. Like, Lincoln with the stovetop, stovepipe hat, and not stovetop, but the stovepipe hat going rah and like ripping someone's brains out, and that just brings me no end of amusement.
Zombie Lincoln?
More like homicidal ghost Lincoln. The Croatoan virus will have run rampant in the future, and most of the population's been infected at that point. It's like our 28 Days Later.